Wasn't there God of War version controller?
It's back there, but it's for that one.
For PS3, I meant. Like I'm just asking.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if there's a God of War edition. I'll need to see if my are we live? Yes, we are. I need to see. Ouch. If my sound, I want to make sure my music is not coming across. So I'm going to test my audio on my own headsets. It's a camo.
Yeah, but I mean like the analogs.
Oh. Where's my phone? Oh, it's in my pocket. Alrighty, test 1 2 3 1 2 3 test. Just checking our audio. So it does sound like there's something potentially loose. Okay. Test 1 2 3 1 2 3 test. Yeah, I can hear. I'm able to hear the music in the background. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Micro Mage Repair. Appreciate you joining the live. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. It's been a minute since I've actually seen you on one of my lives. Actually, I think it was been a week or so since I was last on. But how you been, man? You still here in the Burleson, Fort Worth area? That was my son in the background yelling, y'all. I'm listening to myself in the headset. All right, so today we got some fun ones today. We got some fun ones. We have a PlayStation 5 that paid expedite services because they want it done today. It's a beep on, beep off. Beep on, beep off, and we're going to see what's going on with it. I don't know. It's up to us to locate the faults. Hopefully it's not anything we cannot repair. How's my audio coming across to you guys? Hopefully my audio is coming across pretty well. Alright, nevertheless, let's go ahead and get started here. We got a couple of them. This is, first is a no power. Actually, both of them are no power. One is more worse than the other, though. And I'll show you once I get to that one. But as far as this one, customer came in. He did want to go ahead and expedite services. And he wants the PlayStation 5 to be repaired because he wants it today. So let's go ahead and get this done. Let me see if I can lower that volume down though for that notification. Give me a second, y'all. Couldn't find any PlayStation 3s?
Not one.
I thought I have a whole bunch in that bucket.
Yeah, they all have drift.
We need to fix them.
Maybe get that.
It's been a minute. I'm still in Hearst. Hearst, yeah, I forgot. I thought you said it was like Fort Worth or something. I do very little local work. Almost all mail-in. Oh, okay. No, we do both mail-in and local repairs at the shop. We do both. I don't know if that's a roach leg, but I don't see a lot of feces, which is good. Which is good. I don't want to mess with feces consoles today. Sorry if this is loud for you guys. Let's see if we can locate the fault. So right now I'm going to try to reproduce the issue. I'm going to remove all the screws. They did say it's a beep on, beep off. So what I'm going to try doing is just getting the beep on, beep off to see if we get the exact same symptoms. But before I do that, I'm just going to remove all the screws, get to the motherboard level, and then try it right then to see if we're getting the beep on, beep off. I can already tell this has already been opened by someone. Warranty stickers removed, so someone's already been in here. I just hope I don't find anything scary internally. Uh-oh. Put the wrong screw in the wrong hole. That's already starting out bad, y'all. It's already starting out bad. The wrong screw in the wrong hole. And some of the screws are not screwed in all the way. Another screw in the wrong hole. Oh, man. There's going to be another screw somewhere. Somewhere around here that's in the wrong hole. Alrighty. So far, so good. It looks like they did open it up. They also did remove this cable here, the antenna cable. So they did get to the motherboard. Oh, I just hope they didn't do anything there that's not going to allow us to bring this back to life. So we're going to remove all the screws. Alrighty. I need to stop and harass you sometime. It's no harassment at all. You should just stop by. I'll finally say I met a YouTuber, to be honest. Feel free to stop by. I got Hey Zoo saying, yo, I've seen y'all fix phones too. How much will you... would it be to fix the back part of an iPhone Pro 16 Max? I have to look it up for you, bud. Let me finish this PlayStation 5 and then I'll tell you. I don't know. We service several types of repairs, and I gotta tell you, I don't remember every single price. Yo, appreciate you hitting the follow button. I'm sorry, it says it on there, but I can't really see it. But I do thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button over on YouTube. I feel like this is one of the first revisions, if not revision 2, of the PlayStation 5. This is EDM. What did I just drop? Trash. EDM 020. So it's revision 2. Alright, so before I take it fully apart, let's see if in fact we get the beep on, beep off that was told to us. I heard a beep. That's all we hear. It's just a beep. So it is a beep. Beep on, beep off. Oh, it looks like I broke my not broke, but bent my pins for my multimeter here. It's okay. It is beeping, so usually when it beeps, we do have 12 volts. And I'm going to check here. Alright, we do have 12 volts coming in from the power supply into the motherboard, which is good. Next thing, what we're going to do is start validating some of these fuses. I could go straight to UART, but sometimes I feel like doing the UART can take longer than I would like to spend on the repair. So I'm just going to check all fuses first, check capacitors, check capacitors, not capacitors, but capacitors. And if I'm not able to locate some sort of a short circuit that way, then we'll go ahead and, solder on the 3 wires for UART and pull UART at that point. That way we at least get an error code as well. And again, we're doing this with the hopes that it's not an APU issue or one of these SSDs that cannot be replaced because they're married. I can tell you that this one, if you guys can see that, they have a dry spot. That's not good, y'all. Show you here real quick. Let me see. Can I zoom in? Yes. There is a dry spot to both the heatsink, which this is the heatsink, by the way, and that's the APU, and both in the center, dry spot, liquid metal went towards the bottom. So there is a dry spot on this one, which is not good, by the way. That is not good. Okay. It is not good. Good. I think I zoom out a little bit. There we go. They all do. Yeah, right. Well, no, I have come across some that don't have dry spots, where it's still evenly spread. I will say this, though. There is some signs of corrosion here. So I'm wondering if this built something, actually. And they sure did. I actually see corrosion here in the video encoder chip area. So we've already found this corrosion I'm talking about right there. Can y'all see it? That right there's corrosion. And then if you go here, there's corrosion here. So I believe this is going to be the affected area actually to why this thing is not powering on. One of the voltage rails from here it's not flowing through, and that's because corrosion's probably causing some sort of a short circuit, and we need to clean that up, see what components need to be replaced, potentially replace that video encoder, and yeah, believe that's what potentially going to be the issue, unless there's something else that maybe short circuit as well. I don't know, but in this case, we found some signs of corrosion in that area, and that would be the first part of the motherboard that we're going to fully diagnose. Let me look at the back though. Oh, we got some over here as well. Over on the back of the motherboard right there, there's corrosion there as well. So you got various parts of this motherboard that's corroded. And I don't think, oh man, I didn't even check to see if my microscope was working today. My microscope has a brain of its own, y'all. It chooses when it wants to work. I've ordered a new microscope. It hasn't came in yet. It's not going to get here until like the 21st of this month. I'm going to see if it's going to decide to work for us today. I don't think it is, because it's not displaying on my TV. Let me power cycle this thing real quick. Yeah, this microscope has a brain of its own. I should probably take it off, let it fall, drop, and then put it back on. Maybe it'll work. I'm just saying.
Incoming call.
Come on. Let's work. Let me unplug the capture card for the, because this one has its own separate capture card. Give it a few seconds. Plug this thing back on. Okay, anything? Come on. Trying to see if it'll display on the TV for me. If it displays on the TV, then it's going to display for us on our live. But no, nothing. Nada. Trying to give it a few seconds here. Let me see. Let me look at my control panel real quick. Look at my device manager. It is through a capture card.
I knew I was great. It is the thing.
God of War, the red one?
Yeah.
You said gray though.
I didn't say gray.
You did say gray.
No, I said I thought there. I was pretty sure there was one, but I remember now.
Everything looks fine as far as my USB ports. DC telecom, just my audio equipment. Capture cards are going through my USB. Universal serial bus controller, and I'm seeing them there. I don't know what's causing it, y'all. We may not be able to utilize our microscope camera. That's fine. I just need to get these repairs done anyways, because this guy paid expedite services and I don't want to delay it. All right, as far as what I'm seeing here, I am I don't know if this is gonna be repairable. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's see. Scope. Anything? It's just this cron. Cron is my No, it's not my. It's gonna say it's my switch, but it's not.
Your thing isn't on though.
I don't know. Come on. Alright, I give up, y'all. Literally, I give up. I'm just gonna fix it. I was hoping you guys can actually see what I'm doing here, but it's not gonna happen. So, what I'm doing right now is removing all the corrosion that I'm seeing here on these chips. Because corrosion, when they're touching other components, along with this component, like end to end, it causes a short circuit. So sometimes just cleaning the corrosion sometimes can fix the problem. Not saying that it will. Sometimes that can happen though. Liquid was spilt here. So we also have corrosion literally all across the actual HDMI ports. So every pin was touching each other. And this HDMI port's actually broken. We're going to replace this HDMI port for this customer as well. And I see one of the pins, one of the pins here is actually oxidated, but it's still soldered on though. Oh, no, it's not. It's oxidated, but I think I can solder that back on. Okay, I just first need to make sure we get power before I do anything else to this one. So that's the video encoder area. I did already clean that area. I see one other area over here. Here the video encoder also impacted by corrosion, whatever they spilt. And we're using IPA, by the way. We're using 99.9 isopropyl alcohol to remove the corrosion. And that was in this area here. Now the other end that was also impacted was on this end. So we cleaned the bottom side of this area, but also this area here was also impacted, and it's got some corrosion. We're going to do the same thing. Oh, I see here. Now this may need to have actual components replaced. I feel like this resistor is actually blown. Maybe not. Once I cleaned it, it looks better. Let me make sure there's no short circuit here though. I need to do the same thing with the encoder side. There are some caps here on this side. Black probe on ground. Got my multimeter currently in continuity mode, and I'm not getting a short circuit. However, it is bouncing. I'm going to try to power on without having to replace these components. I do feel like, oh, I found another area that's got a little bit, maybe. No, it does not. It kind of looked like it did. And then we got this area over here where the where the power supply connects to. That would have been the 12-volt rail. Let me see. I'm gonna check it under the naked eye to see if I see any other corrosion anywhere. I'm not seeing any corrosion anywhere else. Let me just try it without having to replace any components. Let's see. Maybe the corrosion was causing some sort of interference, preventing this thing from powering on. Now, before I do this, of course, I'm not going to reapply the liquid metal just yet. But I do want to clean that corrosion that's there, because I would hate for that corrosion here to get back on the board. And then it'll start eating through components, and we don't want that. So let's just test. Let's see if it'll attempt to power on. Not just a beep on, but actually see some sort of lights being displayed on here. All we need to plug in is just power board and the ribbon light for the lights. It's just, I like using that as an indicator that, yes, finally we got some sort of power type scenario, you know? Alright, power cable's plugged in. No HDMI yet. I know that HDMI won't display. We got the power board, the power button plugged in there, and we have our the ribbon cable for the light. We still just get a beep on, beep off. Okay, so I feel like in this scenario, we're going to replace the encoder and the impacted components on that side, and also the impacted components on this side here. And I'm going to use a donor board to do that, unless I'm able to locate which component's the one that's actually faulty. As a matter of fact, let me check to see if there's a fuse on that side. I don't see a fuse here. We got a fuse over here. I think all the fuses are going to be on this side. Yeah, they're all on this side. Let me check this area over here. That's an area that usually, if this was impacted over here, more than likely there's going to be a short circuit there. We got our multimeter and continuity mode. Red probe or black probe on ground. Nothing there. There's a fuse here, but that fuse seems to be good. Okay, that's good. Got another fuse over here. That fuse is good. That fuse is good. I'm surprised this fuse is good. There's a fuse that would be on a Southbridge chip. Surprised that one's good. Did I say the Southbridge chip? This is the video encoder, I mean. Not the Southbridge chip, but the encoder. Okay. Well, so although these capacitors are not giving me a short, I feel like changes this entire area, to be honest, because, oh, I found more corrosion here. I found more corrosion over on this side. Huh.
MacBook Pro operating system, what are the prices? It doesn't say on, I mean on POS. Operating system, it's a.
I think it's like 125, 130, somewhere around there is what I charged the last one.
I'll just say 130 to be safe.
Hey, this looks used, but could be it works.
Oh. Found some more corrosion. It looks better after I clean it though. That component's just completely gone. Alright, let's replace that singular component. Because that could probably be, maybe? Maybe. Let me go grab a PlayStation 5 motherboard. They all do. Appreciate the GGs. Thank you, sub dog. You fixed my HDMI output a year ago, and we still get me strong. Show love. Appreciate the love. Thank you. You got Katie in the house. We got Robert in the house. Appreciate you guys joining the live. I wish I could show you guys microscope, but my microscope literally decided not to work. It chooses when it wants to work. And I feel like, I don't know if it's not the microscope, not my microphone, but the microscope itself. Let me see who's calling. Damn scammers always calling. Scammers always calling. All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove this component right over here. Actually, we're gonna remove both of them to be on the safe side. They both look very rough. Okay, they flew off. We're going to re-10. All right, let's grab the second component. We're taking them off of a donor board and putting them onto the customer's board. It's basically what we're doing right now. There you go. Needs a little more flux. There you go. Alright, now these components were broken off from each end, so I went ahead and replaced both of those. Now I don't know if that was the reason why this thing's not powering on. I'm trying to avoid from having to replace a whole bunch of components from the donor board, swap them over to this one because they were heavily corroded on this end, but I'm thinking that was the reason why this thing was not powering on, because again, those two components were broken off from the end due to corrosion actually eating through them. So I'm just going to clean the flux we put in here, and we're going to test one more time right now. Let's see if we get some sort of signs of life if it stays on for a little bit. What do y'all think? Y'all think it's going to stay on? Yes, no, maybe so. Probably not. Probably not. I don't want to have to post schematic, start validating values and stuff, which can make things a lot simpler. Alright, we got power board, power button board, and the lights. Do we have life? Let there be life. Nope, we just get a beep on a beep. That's it. That's all we get, just a beep. I'm wondering if there's, because I feel like we removed the corrosion from the impacted areas, which is here and on the opposite side of that. It's just test values. Let me pull the schematics real quick on my PC. Yes. Huh. What do you mean? Blue means it's a 3.0. No, that's what blue means. Blue means it's a 3.0. If it's black, it means it's 2.0. Let's see if maybe there's some other areas I'm missing here, but I don't see any other areas. I think I'm gonna have to that encoder chip. I'm telling you, I think I'm gonna end up having to get it replaced. Let me see here. I was trying to use the least amount of cost involved, but I feel like it's gonna end up being potential of the encoder. I mean, yeah, the video encoder. It looks good though. I don't see any signs of it being burnt. Nothing like that. All right. Well, although I've cleaned all the impacted areas, I think my next goal is going to be replacing all these. But let me go ahead and just test all fuses. I'm just going to test all fuses real quick. Let me test the bottom section of the encoder. Oh. I didn't even test the 3 and 5 volts there. Test to see if we have those. Actually, let me see. What about the south bridge? South bridge looks good. Can you hug me? You don't have to ask, just hug. We got a fuse here. Just getting about 400. Oh, okay. Love you, baby boy. Okay, that's good. I don't know.
I think I did it.
Think so?
Hopefully.
I hope so too. Upload alert. The fuck does it mean by an upload alert? Haven't uploaded anything. Did my thing stop streaming? No, it's still going. Hope your son's doing well. My son's he's asleep right now. To show you real quick. Let's see if I can move the camera that way a little bit. He's asleep. trying not to wake him up. My son's right here. Can you guys see him? Maybe. But he's asleep right now. He is knocked out. We let him sleep whenever he's tired. But yeah, he's doing okay. He's not. No, he still has his things. He still need to work on speech. He's got like delay in speech. Sometimes he thinks before he's able to respond to certain questions, and sometimes he acts a bit funny. But nevertheless, and he has a little limp, like his foot, instead of them being straight, and one of them straight, the other one's like slanted, and then he has like a lazy eye with one eye being on the cricket. But nevertheless, God's still working on him. So thank God he's doing good. Curious how you gain your experience to do those kinds of repairs. Honestly, just repetition. That's the honest truth. Repetition. You see so many of these, you know where to look. You learn how to diagnose, and a lot of research. Of course, I also did go to school. It was actually the exact title. I think it was network computer science. I think that's what it was, where I got my associate's degree in. However, they didn't teach you anything about motherboards. They just taught you about PCs only, which was something I was not too happy about, I guess you could say, because I wanted to learn more about. Oh, we found a fuse over here, F001, y'all, which is the area that got impacted. Fuse here is short circuit. The fuse does not have any sort of continuity going through it. It should, but does not. Is not showing short circuit like to ground, but it's blown to a point where it's not passing through continuity. So F7001, which is an area that got impacted by corrosion. Yeah, so we're going to replace this chip here, this mod chip, and we're going to replace that fuse, and then we'll test. More than likely, that's basically what it is. I should have done that in the first place, to be honest. You know what? Do I have this in the right mode? I do not have it in the right mode. I was like, I thought I had tested that fuse before. I guess I did not. No, fuse is good. Fuse is good, y'all. I just had my multimeter in the wrong mode. I'll still need to replace that component, though. That component does not look good. It's 3119A. It's a Texas Instrument chip. Let's see what this chip does. Let's see what it does. Let me look up the schematics here real quick. It works. Cool.
Gotta work on.
Cool.
Only thing is that the old laser, the one that I had, it was missing the laser. Or not the laser, but the little screen, so I had to replace it with the other one.
Oh, so the issue was just the laser?
Yeah. The whole mechanic itself is I think it's that one.
Alrighty, we found a component here. This is this chip here. It's N11215. Let's see here. Can you tell me what this does? I want to know what the chip is in general. It's an SMD. Yep, it is an it is an SMD. There's a coil that's there. So yeah, this is the chip. Will we get any details of this chip? There's no details on it. Okay, let me look it up. Came in earlier. Is this for a PlayStation 5 Slim with a burnt power cord? No, the burnt power cord would be right after this. This customer paid for expedite services. So we're doing this one first before we do the one with the burnt power supply. That one would be next. 3219A. It's a Texas Instrument chip. Alright, so this is a high efficiency buck converter. It's basically what it is. It's a voltage regulator. So that can certainly be the reason why we are getting power failure. So let's replace those chips. Let me grab my, what did I do with the motherboard? Here it is. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and remove the one that's there and replace it. My son has playing his PlayStation in the other room, and he is playing that way too loud. Give me a second, y'all. Alrighty. Went ahead and turned that thing completely down. We're going to remove this chip. And we're going to put a new voltage regulator. Why am I replacing this chip? This chip was corroded. It had some sort of liquid spill and it was corroded. So I'm just going to replace all the components that were completely corroded. Only one that will be potentially an exception is the encoder. That will be last result. The encoder chip itself, it's actually it's a more on the higher end cost. So we're going to avoid from trying to replace it if we can. There's no corrosion underneath the chips though. The one I just got through removing. We'll still get it replaced. Let me check something real quick. So this is a different chip from the one I just got through removing. This one's not a Texas Instrument chip, but it should be doing the same thing. It's also an SMD chip. This one's also an SMD chip, so we're gonna get it replaced. I wish you guys can see what I'm seeing through my microscope, but this microscope is faulty. It chooses to display when it wants to. I've ordered a new one and I'm just waiting for it to literally arrive. I think it won't get here until the 21st. Unfortunately, they didn't have an overnight option. No, you cannot. Alright. I'm going to retain these pads. We're going to retain those pads. we go. Let's clean the area. And then there's one more component I'm going to change. Probably not on this side, because all these other ones look good.
Are these backwards compatible?
What?
Are these backwards compatible by one console or no?
No. Backwards compatible, it's CECH, CECH, E01 model, A01 model. But the ones with the two USB ports, they're not. What model is that one? Alright, so the encoder's this one here, and I'm saying it as if you can see, because you cannot see, which kind of sucks. Let's try this one more time. I want you guys being able to see what I'm seeing. Let me reboot my capture card one last time.
I'm trying again.
Yeah, I'm trying again. See if this thing... It already knows that it's going to be replaced, which is why it's deciding not to work for me. Because it's damn scope. Connected to HDMI 1. Change the compatibility mode. You may need to reboot the device. I've already rebooted it multiple times. Nothing. Okay. The encoder, I think, is going to be, honestly, one of the chips that definitely needs to be replaced. Although I would hate replacing it, but I think... Let me try it out now. Let me see if it'll work. If it doesn't, I have an encoder here I can grab from a donor motherboard, which will save me from having to use one of my encoders I currently have. I just need to know that this thing is going to power on before we change the HDMI on it. The HDMI also needs replacing on this thing because HDMI was also spilt in it and it's corroded. And this one's taking a bit longer, and that's because whenever you get something that's liquid damage, it becomes a bit more difficult. Which it beeps. There's nothing. Alright, so I'm going to check my voltage trail real quick, since I have it plugged in right now. You see what voltage trail is missing. I got 5 volts. I am missing my... Nope, I got it. 3.2. 3.3. And of course we got 12 volts here. We got 12 volts. And then right over here we should have, I believe it's 1.1 upon pressing. Which, yeah, we got that voltage trail missing. It's 12 volts. It's 12 volts. Got 3.3. would be ground. Should be right here on this rail. We do not have 1.1.
He plays PS1 games.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Huh. Who would have known? Who would have known? That's 12 volts. We should get here. I think it's 2 volts on this. On this rail. We do not get 2 volts over here. So, in my opinion, I feel like power comes through here and goes this way. Could it be a possibility? Let me see here. Here we should have voltage going in. 5 volts going in, 5 volts coming out, which it is. And then it converts as voltage also regulator. Converts it to, I think it's 3.3 over here, 1.8. Which it is converting it. It's standby voltage rail, by the way. And then 3.3. Five volts. 1.9. So we do have 2 volts here. Why aren't we getting anything over here? Literally, we're not getting nothing. There we go. We got 5 volts. Okay, what about here? Was I probably not touching it right? Nope, we're not getting nothing. Nothing. Huh. We're not getting anything. Go 0. Is that short circuit? Sure is. Or is it just we need to deplete battery? Let me make sure we deplete this real quick. Need to make sure we deplete power from here, and then we'll test again. It's being depleted. It says this is short circuit, but I tested earlier and it wasn't. It's not short circuit. However, it's not getting voltage. .73. Liquid damage devices are a bit more difficult to fully repair. Alright, so I'm going to call it here. I'm just going to go ahead and replace that encoder and hope for the best. I can't seem to find nothing else. All fuses are testing good. Capacitors are testing good. Encoder did get hit with liquid damage, which we cleaned off the corrosion off of it. So I would say potentially, although it doesn't test bad, but we're going to go ahead and get it replaced. Because there's times where, although it's testing good, it just needs to be removed and replaced. So let's just do that. And my camera never came up. Okay. Okay. Got it removed. Pin number 1, before I forget, it is bottom left. One of the things I like doing, of course, is retinning these pins with some leaded solder, by the way. And that's what we're going to do, is retin with some leaded. Actually, I said I was going to use the one from the donor board. Yeah, so I was going to use the one from the donor board, so I'm going to get the one from the donor board. Alright, that one's out. And let's go ahead and solder it onto this board. Okay. And the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reflow these components way over here. Okay. And then we're going to retouch our pins. A little bit more flux. Remove all of the excess solder. This side's actually good. What about this other side? Is it also? No, this one needs to be retouched. Cool. Got it. So we went ahead and replaced 2 chips. Encoder. Actually, we replaced more than 2 chips. We replaced the voltage regulator, the video encoder, and we replaced 2 capacitors that were on the actual 12-volt rail that were basically eaten in half due to corrosion, due to some sort of liquid spill that was done on this motherboard. So we're going to now test to see if we still only get a beep on, beep off. If we do, honestly, I don't know what else it can be, because we're seeing basically all voltage rails. We're not missing any of the voltage rails. The voltage rails are there, at least the standby voltage rails, that is. Maybe to see the 1.9. The only voltage rail I did see that was missing is the 1.1 voltage rail that usually is generated as soon as you press the power button. But that's like the only one that's missing, and I don't know how to trace that one back. But otherwise, 12-volt rails there, 5-volt, 3.3, 3.2, 1.9, and the 2.0 voltage trails were all there. They were present. So as far as what can be the actual problem, I am a bit at a loss. I am a bit at a loss, but let's see. So sometimes it can be that encoder either way. It causes issues for us. So yes. Oh, ignore you. Oh. So you're the groupie, huh? No, I'm just I'm just messing with you. A groupie. Someone that takes pictures?
A fly on the wall. That's all I am right now.
A groupie. I prefer groupie. I'm just messing with you. Alrighty. Let's see. Will it be a success? Nope. Still a beep on, beep off. Still a beep on, beep off for this one. Encoder replaced. There was a solder ball there. I did notice one thing right now. Is this HDMI port heavily broken? No, HDMI port's not heavily broken, so it's not that. And what else can it be? Honestly, I replaced all the affected components as far as liquid damage components, that is. Ah, I am seeing this capacitor here. And that's whatever that component. You know what? I'll replace those two as well. On one end, they look a bit darker than the rest, so I'm going to replace those as well. See here. Yep, those are the two top ones. Yep. I can replace those while this is on here. Make sure my power cable is not plugged in. Okay. Let me remove the components first. I think I could just remove them with my hot iron without having to use hot air. Okay. Got those two off. Rosie Russ, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping by. Been working on a PlayStation 5 currently. That was liquid damage. I don't believe that was disclosed. If it was not disclosed to me. That this was no power due to a liquid damage of sorts. That they dropped liquid internally. And various components were actually impacted with corrosion, and now I'm having difficulties actually getting it going because way too many components were actually affected. So now we're having to play the guessing game as to what components to want, because every single component so far I've tested with multimeter is testing good. However, something's still preventing it. So what I'm doing is every component that looks really bad, I'm just replacing them. Although they get good values. Come on, I hope this cap doesn't pop on me. Come on. Let go of the cap. Let go of the cap. There you go. You have to let go of the cap. I don't want that cap to pop. That's why we got to reduce the melting temperature of the solder. Melting temperature of the solder. Oh, my cap went just flying off. I found it. Good thing. Got it? Let's get the next component. Elio, going good. I saw your shorts video. Sorry about that situation. Hey, Mark. Yeah, that situation's kind of disappointing, man. You know, someone I've actually looked up for quite some time. And I've been trying to keep it down low as far as saying something online, but I didn't know of any other way to get a hold of this guy, Alex, because I've tried calling this dude. I've tried sending not an email exactly, but it's the through his ticketing system, through the ticket itself actually, requesting for updates, and he's yet to reply. So I don't know what else to do, honestly. I don't know how else to get a hold of this dude. And the situation with the graphics card seems to me like that's not the only situation where they're letting repairs just disappear, I guess. Because I feel like mine's probably is one of them. Mine is also one of them as well. It's disappeared. I don't know what's happened to it. I don't know what the status of it is. I don't know if they've even attempted to repair it. I just don't know. They've asked for an update. And I'll show it here on screen if I'm able to. As far as when I created the actual ticket, the actual date, the number of times I've requested for an update. And I only heard one feedback saying that they're going to get back to me, or research it or something, and then get back to me. And after that, nothing. Ghost Town. And again, I don't like placing anyone on blast, man. That's not how I like doing business, you know? Especially someone you used to look up to prior to doing business with them. Alrighty. Replaced these. It's a resistor, capacitor. We already replaced the voltage regulator that's there. We also replaced the video encoder. These areas that were impacted with liquid and they were heavily corroded, so that's the reason why we replaced those components. I've tested fuses. Fuses are good. As far as fuses are good, as far as there's like no fuses that are bad. I've tested capacitors. I couldn't find a short anywhere. I've checked voltage. I've got my 5.5 volt rail. I've got my 3.2 volt rail. I've got my 3.3 volt rail. I have 5 volts going in fuse 7002, 5 volts going out, and then the voltage regulator. So this is EDM 020. The voltage regulator, it does convert that 5 volt to 1.8 volts, and we do have that. We've got 12 volts here, and then I did notice that I'm not getting 2.2 volts here, and I'm not getting 1.1 volts when we press the power button either. But otherwise, we are getting 5 volts here. So I'm not missing any voltage rails besides that 1.1 upon pressing the power button. It could possibly be the power button itself. Is it beep on? Yeah, it's a beep on, beep off. It beeps. Well, it's not beep on, beep off. It's just a beep. It just beeps. It doesn't attempt to turn on. Yeah, there you go. It's just beep. Just beep. That's it. That's all it is. It's just a beep. I've checked with Southbridge chip. Southbridge chip is good. This one, honestly, I think, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. So the areas that were hit with by liquid that were corroded was this area here, as well as the encoder. Those are the two areas, and the encoder meaning on the actual encoder side. And we did replace all the components on that side that were corroded, and I just finished replacing the last two on this one that were also or had also been corroded. Although I cleaned them up, didn't work. I still went ahead and replaced them because they looked kind of funny in the sense that once I was dark, the other side, you know, would look good, but it was discolored basically. So I went ahead and replaced those two. Nothing. Nothing. And yeah, this is just a beep. Have you used UART? No, I did not use UART. You know what? I'm gonna have to. Although I doubt that's gonna really help, to be honest. But we'll pull it. We will pull UART. Let's go ahead and pull UART real quick. Let's see what it tells us. Let me unplug this real quick. Alrighty. I do have power rails. It beeps. And sometimes it can point. Sometimes. But my success rate with UART, it's not the highest. Let's just put it that way. We're going to do these two here. And I believe, if I remember correctly here, I think the bottom left is ground. Nope. Top left is ground. So we use the top three. Whose UART software do you use? I use the Coder. The old one he built. Whose do you use, if you don't mind me asking? I used to use, you already know, the person we don't name. I no longer use that one, of course. I don't even know if it works anymore. After I heard the type of person that dude was, I don't support that type of person. So, so I stopped utilizing that one. I completely deleted every single trace of file. And I was utilizing it on my VM, so it wasn't like it was on my computer. It was on a VM. All right, it's plugged in. Let's grab our wire here. Let's plug this in. I'm sorry, I don't think my desktop is going to display. I've been having issues with the capture card, so I won't be able to display it onto the TV. I believe it's a capture card. You know what? Let me see. Maybe it's a different. Maybe it's the USB that it's plugged into. Let me see. Where is it plugged into? Maybe I can plug it into a different USB. Do I have any open USB ports? I think I have one, but I don't want to impact anything else. I'll plug it in there. Let's see what happens. Let's see here. It's this one here, which goes here. This one goes there. Okay, cool. So this one, oh, it's USB-C. Ah, okay. I can't plug it in anywhere else because it's a USB-C port, and I don't only have one USB-C. I think I have one up at the top. I don't know if that's a different bus. I think I need to do like a multi-PC type stream. We'll plug it into this one. Let's see if it does something different.
Are you still trying to make it work?
Trying to plug it into a different bus. Maybe that's the reason why it doesn't work. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Is it the right one? Yes, it is.
Fortifix?
Huh?
Fortifix UART?
Fortifix has a good one. Give me a minute. I'll try to send you a link. Yeah, send me a link, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, my thing, it's not going to display my desktop. It's not going to display my desktop.
Oh, you're trying to show your...
Yeah, I was trying to show you art.
So you think it is your splitter then?
I'm thinking it's going to be the PC, the motherboard. I think I've got way too many components plugged into a single PC. I think I have to do a dual PC stream, which one handles the streaming,
The other one handles...
and the other one handles like the audio and all that other crap. And then you pass the audio through the other one into one. I think that's what I am needing to do, potentially. I don't know. I'll have to think of something.
Why don't you just add a source for UART? Add it like
It's not gonna work.
window capture source on the stream.
You can't do a source for just UART. You have to. It's command prompt, so it's
But
not.
Or you could do your entire screen. But I mean, I don't know if you want them to see your entire screen. So.
Are you okay, Isaiah? Yes, okay. So long as you're okay, my baby boy. Let's see if I open up my command prompt here.
Well, I mean, I guess since UART does like kind of like restart.
Rosie Russ. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and run it anyways. Let's do here CMD. Let's see if we're able to capture this as a source. I don't know if we can, but we're gonna try. Window capture. Where are you? Capture sources. Browse. No, it would have to be window because I don't want to display everything that's on my display. That, and it needs to be my
UART.
no, those are the files.
Terminal.exe.
It's not displaying it. That's all. No. There we go. Alright, y'all. I just created a different source for now, temporary, just to show you all what I am seeing, okay? That's basically what we're doing. So we're going to view the codes off of this PC. I don't want to clear the error codes. I just want to be able to view them. Let me plug in a power cable to the PlayStation 5 and let's pull it and let's see what it tells us. As far as what the problem is, UART's plugged in. Get error code number 1. It should see it. Select port serial number. Okay, I did. but it's not seeing it. So I may have to swap the two because sometimes they get reversed. The screen may be showing something, but it doesn't like it that way. So I've swapped them. Let's try it again. All right, number one. There we go. Oh, GDDR6, potential failures. The description, power failure, peripheral. GDDR6, APU, data line short. That really doesn't tell me very much. HDMI-C problem, or line short, or power failure. I already changed the encoder, though. Let me copy that real quick, and I'm going to add that to the ticket. That is the error codes that it's showing right now. I'm going to go ahead and clear those error codes. 2, 1. Error log clear. Okay. So if I were to try to get the error logs right now, they should be empty, and they are. Let me press the power button a couple of times. See if anything gets captured. Sent it to my Discord. Let me see if I can find it. Where is my Discord? Okay. I don't have anything in my Discord. YouTube. Looking at my direct messages in Discord, but I'm not seeing anything. Oh, this is PlayStation. Anybody gonna help with PS5 EDM 030 board review? Somebody has sent me that a while back. Ah, there it is. I think I see it. 40 fix. Thank you, Rosie Russ. I found it. PlayStation 5 UART. Oh, this is web based. Isaiah? Are you okay? Okay. Not that one. Where is it? This one. There we go. That's the one that I've seen right now.
You could just right click and put fit the screen.
There we go. Let's do this one as well. There we go. Alright. Let's connect it. Let's see what it does. See if it gives me a different error code than the one I Ooh, this one pulled everything. Yes, baby boy. We're gonna leave in the next 40 minutes, and then we'll eat at the house. Okay.
Are we gonna do the same thing we did yesterday? Okay.
Yes, we're gonna go to go walk. All right. So my guess would be start at the bottom, and we do get HDMI IC probable or data line short power failure. That's what I'm seeing here. That is what I'm seeing. So if it's HDMI-C, it has to do something with the encoder area, I guess, because that's the area that was impacted before. Let me unplug everything real quick. What other features does this thing have though? AC detect low AC. Okay, that's because I unplugged it. I'm trying to see what other options. The enter, send command, previous command history, next. It doesn't have anything else. It's still a nice tool. I'm gonna save this real quick. Actually, I'm gonna save that in my folder because that avoids having to open up an application. Just launch the browser. All right, that is saved into my. Appreciate you sharing that with me, Resi Russ. Yes, so there's some other tools he has too. He has other tools?
Oh yeah, if you click tools, I think. Maybe. Oh no. Oh yeah, look.
GDDR6. Okay, the GDR6, I have that already though, but it's good to know it's there already. Oh, it's got the Nintendo Switch PC board. That could be useful. Click tools. Yeah, that's what we did right now. UI XMD.
Multimeter.
Awesome. It's definitely a nice tool. Who is the creator for this, man? That way we could thank them. We got supporters, Tans, Photos, EDM030, EDM040. Thank you, donators. He's just thanking the donators. I don't know who the creator is.
Discord or email. Is on feedback.
We could probably join them on Discord as well.
Trigger.
I'm gonna have to create one. I'll wait on that though. Alrighty. That is definitely helpful. That is definitely helpful. He does GPU repairs. Oh, he does GPU repairs? Man, more power to him. I've yet to do a GPU repair on a PlayStation 5. I don't see it being viable, to be honest, to do a GPU repair. At least not when you're having to reball by hand. And not having a BGA rework station. By the way, I'm a bit jelly. You got yourself, well, not jealous that you know, but happy for you. You got yourself a BGA rework station. How much did you get it, if you don't mind me asking? Because I had gotten one through AliExpress from China, which I spent roughly. Here in the U.S., they were selling for about $10,000. I bought it on AliExpress for about $3,500, plus $700 for shipping, so around $4,000 something total. It lasted me roughly a year, and then it caught on fire. And then I tried fixing it myself, and then I just gave up on it because it just wasn't repairable. The damage to it was just too great of a damage with the fire. All right, so the error code's telling us HDMI. I'm going to replace the HDMI port and then continue looking on the HDMI header to see what else I can find, because everything looks good. We did replace the video encoder already. So the encoder itself, it's done though. It's already been replaced. Let's see here. You were recommended that one by Ace. He uses his day to day. Man, that's awesome. Where'd you get it through? Was it AliExpress as well, or a different vendor? You know what? We're gonna replace that HDMI because that HDMI, it looks corroded on the inside as well. I can't clean it very well from here, so I'm thinking maybe that HDMI could be causing some sort of a short circuit, potentially. On top of that, it is also broken. This thing is heavily, as you can see right there, it's cracked in the middle, and there is corrosion on the inside. So whatever is built in here was really bad. Must have been really bad. So we're going to go ahead and just remove this HDMI, solder a new one on. You know, this takes us roughly 5 minutes, maybe less. I had to replace the cord that came with it, upsized to a 30 amp. Yeah, I had to add an additional, whenever I got mine originally, it's a, see, here in the US, it's 110 volts. And the one that it came with, or that one I got, it was rated 220. So we had to add to my panel, electrical panel at home. We had to add the 220 and then route some electrical wiring, which I still have that in my garage, by the way. Here at the shop, I never did one because my goal was to get another one at a reasonable price, if I could find one, that is. But it would be US electrical rated, which would have been 110 versus 220. Hey, what's the rally? Yeah, the one I had gotten was also through AliExpress. But I had a bad experience with that one. I felt like I spent a bit too much for only a year. And then bad part is it's not under warranty whatsoever, and you can't reach out to them and tell them, hey, look, this thing only lasts me a year, less than a year actually, I believe. So the next one I get, I am gonna have to make sure that it's through a major manufacturer company, hopefully here in the US, that also warranties it, because you never know, it can give out, and I would like to have some sort of warranty on it, at least like a 5-year warranty. I know, something. So I'm gonna spend some money. I want some warranty with it. Don't get me wrong, man. It looked nice though. Oh, you ran the electrical for it too? Yeah, I had to do the same thing. I had to do the same thing in order to be able to use it. It'll be funny if this is the cause, the HDMI port. Well, not funny. It'll be upsetting to me. But it could be funny to you guys. Spent all this time completing diagnostics, and all I had to do was replace an HDMI. Okay. That is done. Alrighty. Before I put this back on let me look one more time to make sure that I don't see anything that really needs replacing here. Not seeing anything. Everything looks good. Like, although this area was corroded, components literally look good. All right, let's go ahead and try this one more time. We're gonna try this one more time. If this doesn't work, we're gonna leave this one, and I'll call the customer, let them know, hey, look, your thing was corroded. It's not gonna be done today, cause.
He's outside.
Oh, he's outside.
Yeah, he's in the front, I think.
In the lobby.
Yep.
Or outside. Outside.
In the lobby.
I guess I'll go talk to him and let him know. Because it's not working. It isn't working. Let me plug in UART one more time. UART. Okay. Which one went where? RX is my green, which would go on the outside, so TX would go here. Okay. It's plugged in. Let's plug in our power cable. Where is my power cable? That's HDMI. It's right here. Pushed it way the hell over there. Okay. Are we gonna get some sort of sign? This is still a beep on, beep off. Still a beep on and beep off. Let me see if the error code's changed though. We're gonna go ahead and get this connected. Let's refresh, connect, paired, read errors. Error log is empty. Okay. Well,
Not getting the code thing.
it's. I think I need to swap. Need to swap these. I think I may have put them in the wrong way again. Let's see. There we go. We are getting the same. Let me go ahead and copy this. Paste it into the notes. We're going to clear that and then clear all our errors. Let me go ahead and press the power button multiple times. And then let's get the error. Oh, there it is. These are all the new errors. General power sequence failure, check off standby, pre-roll. I've done that already. They were there. HDMI. It's still saying the HDMI. HDMI, see, we've already replaced the encoder, so we know it's not that. Do I have an HDMI breakout board? It's a very good question. I do not. I do not have an HDMI breakout board. However, let me test voltages on the HDMI though. I won't desolder the encoder. I mean, not the encoder, the UARTs yet. I'm gonna leave the UART there because I know I'm gonna need to use it again. Let me get some voltage readings off of the HDMI header itself. Let me pull that document where I have those values. Alrighty, got the values. You know, multimeter, go into diode mode or continuity mode, which also has diode mode with it. Now let's see what this HDMI header tells me as far as values on it. I forgot to clean it earlier when I did the HDMI port replacement. So let me clean all the flux that's on there so we don't have any sort of interference getting the values off of it. Okay. Alright, we're going to put our red probe on ground and we're going to use our black probe. We're going to start with pin 19. Pin 19 we should be reading at 0.686 or at least close to it. And we are getting 0.7. 0.686 is not too far off. 0.73. It's somewhat of a reasonable reading. And then pin number 18, 0.57. And then it should be 0.54. So it's not too far off. That one should be ground, and it is. Pin 16 and 15 should be 0.671, and we're getting 0.707. It's a little bit elevated. There's some diodes underneath this one, but I don't think it's going to be 15 and or 16. It's not too far off, to be honest. And then pin number 14 should be a no connect, and it certainly is a no connect. 13 should be 0.68, and we're getting 0.7. And then all the rest should be 0.809. The ones that are data lines. Ground, ground. 0.83, 0.83, 0.83, ground, 0.83, 0.83, 0.83, 0.83, and 0.83. So they're only elevated by a little bit. It's not too much, honestly. Check filters real quick. So usually this would cause a no display, but not a beep on, beep off. Okay, filters, continuity wise from end to end, it's beeping. So we have continuity. Yeah, everything is checking out as far as the components here. I'm not certain as to what else it can be. What about this diode? This diode here, I'm getting 0.7, 0.7, which is what should it be? Let me grab that board. Well, I removed. Use this board over here. I can check values with another board. Oh, maybe not, because I removed the encoder off of this one. I'm not realizing that this one doesn't have a diode. Which revision? Oh, 0.010. ADM 010. This one's different revision, so it does not have, or it did have it. It was right there, but it's been removed. This is certainly a different revision, but I believe it should have that diode I'm looking for. And it does. Let me see, what values do I get off of that? I'm getting 0. Oh. 0.713, which is exactly the same.
Incoming call.
RJ equal 9J. What type of component is that? RJ equal 9J. RJ equal 9J? Is that what I said? RJ equals 9J. RJ. Yes, I've checked fuses and coils and capacitors already. That's a 6512. Huh. That doesn't tell me anything. Yeah, this one's a doozy. If it wasn't for the corrosion or liquid spill inside of it, we probably would have completed this already. I'm not seeing anything, to be honest. I am not seeing anything. Let me check underneath the HDMI. I'm looking only at the top area, but maybe the underneath the HDMI. And then maybe there's something there. What about this other diode here? We get 0.579. What do we get here? That's probably it right there, because that's a huge difference. We're getting 0.579, but that would only cause a no display though, not a no power. I don't see how a diode would cause a no power. This one I'm getting 0.579 underneath the HDMI port, but on this board here I'm getting 0.713. Yes, when we get home, I'll draw anything you want me to draw. Okay, baby boy? Is that okay? 0.774 is what I'm getting now. So that is definitely a huge difference there. It's just a fuse. I mean, not a fuse, a diode. One of those, I forgot what they call them. I'll call it a diode. It may not be a diode. It's one of those 7-1 components. Let me test these other ones over here, which is pin 15 and 16. 0.709. 0.709, which should have been 0.671. It's not that big of a difference. Let me just check caps. I know this is checking out, except for that one component there. But why would that component cause a? Again, I'm still at a loss why that component, if it is off, why would it cause a short circuit? I don't see it. What are you doing?
I'll be with you.
You are with me. You are with puppy, baby boy. I love you. Can you go with Ruby for a little bit? Can I finish?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Isaiah. Some components I have bought that replaces that Z7 or Z1 diode. I'm not sure what I did with those components, where I placed them at. I know I bought a few sets. Where did I put them at? I don't know. Maybe here. Nope. That thing's full of liquid metal. Where is it? Okay. Where are they? I'm gonna have to go look for a donor board that actually has it. Actually, you know what? This donor board may have it. The one No. The one I was already using. It does not have it. Nope, it's already been removed. Try something here. Well, okay. I may not have that one, but I have two others. I have these two over here that can be used for that. Cool. Alright, let me go ahead and remove it. Move it aside. And then replace it. Lower the airflow a little bit. I don't want it to go flying off. I don't want this component to go flying off. This is the customer's component. So we're going to remove this one. I need the solder for this component only to melt. I don't want the port to fall. There we go. We'll put this over here on the side for now. I don't want to lose it in case I need it again. We're going to lower the melting temperature of these pins because I don't want to have to put too much heat. So we're going to go ahead and add some leaded solder. Okay. And then we're going to grab the one we're going to put on there, which is right over here. Okay. Removed. And let's solder it on. Okay. There we go. I don't see anything else. Everything else is honestly checking out. Encoder's already been replaced. Voltage regulator replaced. That's all in the HDMI header. It keeps saying HDMI C. What I see is it referencing to? I'm not sure because it doesn't tell us which one it is. Let's try this. This one may end up having to carry it tomorrow. Okay. Plug in our power cable one last time. Man, if that power isn't on, I'm gonna be upset. Be happy and upset at the same time. And I'm not trying to jinx myself. It's just one of those things where it's like you check everything, and right when you think you got it, you don't. All right, let's switch over. I want to connect. Okay. It's just a beep on, beep off again. It's still beep, just a beep.
That's the optical driver.
Let me see if it says the same. It is saying the same thing. Short circuit, power failure. I've checked every single line. Nothing is showing shorted. Nothing is showing short circuit. And I am getting the voltage rails on this thing as well. Let me test one more time. Ground. And then here we get 5 volts. Yep. 3.2. We're getting the voltage, so there's nothing going on in the voltage rails. I'm at a loss, to be honest, with this one. I don't even know if you're getting voltage, if it's shutting up so fast. What do you mean? So I've got it plugged in right here. Whenever it's plugged in, you're trying to get voltage rails, the standby, at least in the HDMI. I'm able to see voltage, 5 volts there. Standby voltage rails, by the way. 3.2. And then we got 3.3. So we have voltage flowing through this HDMI. It's not like it's not. Oh, standby, that's right. Yeah, standby voltage rails. What's wrong? Ruby? It's okay, baby boy. It's okay. Hey. 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 It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Go tell Ruby to color for you. Okay. Go tell Ruby to give you a highlighter to color, okay? Go tell Ruby to help you. Okay. Go with Mom. Mommy's calling you. Go. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to put a pause to this. It's already 6:54. I'm not gonna spend another hour on this one. So, I believe the customer. I think either they're outside waiting or in the lobby area. So I'll be back here in a little bit. I do want to go ahead and show footage as well, or at least a screen regarding the tickets to clear some things up, which will be posted later on today. So I'll be back here in a bit, y'all. I'm gonna leave my microphone here.
can open up again, but it's already 7:03. I can show that I did it, like cleaned it.
Let me ask her because I feel like he because he just mentioned that during the test nights everything is good. If you feel
Yeah.
it overheating into the APU, we don't do that.
Yeah.
So hold off on closing it. Let me ask her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna close it. I'm just gonna clean the cases. I'm letting it run though.
All right, y'all. I am back. So we're gonna continue working on this tomorrow. Customer was really hoping that we would get it done today. However, it's already 7:09 to be exact. So it's not gonna be done today. Now going back to what I was talking about earlier with Northwich Fix. As a matter of fact, I am going to pull up the tickets here. Again, I'm not trying to throw him under the bus. I'm not trying to start anything with him. But I got some comments that were sent to me in private that I needed to show receipts. People, and I don't know who these people are, to be honest, but they're asking for receipts. I'm like, show receipts. They think I'm lying. Then I need to quit lying. And they want to see receipts. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull up the ticket real quick. The ticket that was created with Northwich Fix. Northwich Fix is the person I sent the laptop to back in February during the time I was going through stuff with Isaiah. All right, come on. All I'm seeing is all the orders I've placed, because I've been ordering from him for quite some time, actually. I've been ordering from him for quite some time, and I do this to support, to support him. I don't know why. I always liked his content. All right, I got it pulled up. Pulled up here. Let me go ahead and show it on screen here. We're gonna change the window capture here. There we go. Oh, I don't want to show the top of my screen. So we're going to do that. Customer, it's us. All right, so as you can see, we sent 2 of them. We sent one back in March, actually. This one was created back in March 19th, 2026. A last update based off of this. This is the MacBook Air. I said MacBook Pro in the previous videos. It was MacBook Air. 13-inch. What they said is heal the device. Your device is no fix. Unfortunately, we soldered the wire to replace the broken pin on the KB Flex cable. Okay, so that's that. They sent the back as a no repair, and that's fine. It is what it is. This other one here, it's the Helios 300. The customer actually wanted to get repaired. It was created in February 25th, and they replied to me. Package arrived March 4th. So March 4th is when they replied saying that it's in progress. That's when they replied that. And then April, can you please, I sent, requesting for an update. Can you please provide an update on the status of the laptop repair? It arrived March 4th, and we included a check for expedite services. Dolly, it looks like, they reply back with saying, hello, thanks for reaching out. I'm going to check on the status on this for you and let you know as soon as we have an update for our tech. As you can see, a month or so passed by, close to a month. I replied saying, any updates? Nothing. June 16th, I sent another update and basically saying I sent the laptop February 25th. You show it was received March 4th, along with expedite check. I requested an update. Basically giving them a rundown of everything I just got through saying. This was back on June 16, 2026. And then the other thing I did is, and of course it's not on here because it's not going to keep track of it, is I placed an order recently on Northridge Fix side for some flux, and in their comments section, I put on there requesting for an update for the ticket, and I put the ticket number and all that, and they did not give me an update. They just shipped the stuff. We got the flux. Nothing. We've yet to hear from them. I've called them, and I've sent a couple of emails. Granted, it was sent to them back in February. It was sent to them back in February 27th. And we're now July 14th. So February 27th, July 14th. Now, we're also a small repair shop, and I completely understand when you order parts. Let's say, for an example, it's a part that's coming from China. It can take a month or so for it to get here. That motherboard, actually, that was ordered took roughly about that same amount of time. So I completely understand, parts taking long. However, at least keep the customer in the loop. If you've ordered a part, and I'm not sure if this is the case with my scenario. Right now I'm just throwing stuff out in the air. I'm not sure if this is the case. I don't know what the condition or what the status or what they've done with this laptop, honestly. But if they have ordered a part of sorts and they're waiting for that part, let me know. Hey, we're waiting on a part. It's not that difficult to let a customer know that a part has been ordered. They're using Repair Shopper. I used to use Repair Shopper, and I got to tell you, and I'm sorry to say this about Repair Shopper, but Repair Shopper is a garbage-ass software. I do not recommend it. They have a lot of limitations that I completely hated. I would ask them to add certain functionalities. They would always ignore me. I didn't like Repair Shopper whatsoever. I ended up making an investment with Repair Desk. Repair Desk has solved most of my issues as far as ticketing with the repair side of things, but I did outgrew the Repair Desk application because then we started selling on our store, the retail storefront, and Repair Desk, their inventory module, I guess you can call it, or whatever it is, it's not suited for what we sell, which is like video games. There's other pieces of software out there that's actually suited for it. One of those is Fulcrum, which is what we're using because we deal more so with video games. So we use Fulcrum for the retail side, and we use Repair Desk. Repair Desk for our ticketing side. We love Repair Desk because it has a phone pro that's integrated with the software, which tracks and records every single phone call that comes through. There's a workflow to each ticket. There's a stage to each ticket. As soon as you check it in, it goes into progress, it goes into pending. And then once you start working on it, you change that into in progress. And it doesn't change from in progress unless you change it, of course. So let's say, for an example, they started working on my device and they moved it from pending into in progress. They will put notes that they're working on. They'll put their diagnostics notes, what they found, and then they'll work on the laptop. Once they're done with that laptop, they'll put those notes on there. Let's say they're having to wait on a part. They will put those notes in there as well, waiting on a part. And then you can go in there and change the status from in progress to waiting for parts. And that sends an automated text message and email to the customer informing them that we're waiting on a part, so that the customer is in the loop through the entire process. Repair Desk was just, I don't know. There was a single one single functionality I did like about Repair Desk, and that was when people would create an online ticket. We could create an automation that, let's say I created a ticket today, or a customer created a ticket today, and then 15 days goes by, and that ticket, especially for someone like Northridge Fix, you created thousands of tickets created, right? I had created an automation that after the 15th day, it would send an automated email and text message to the customer to remind them, hey, we have yet to receive your device. Let us know if you are going to proceed with this repair or not, so we can close the ticket, and so forth and so on. So that automation process is the only one we don't have with Repair Desk that was in Repair Shopper, but we can do that manually. We get the tickets created, we follow up on those just to make sure that they're still looking to send their device, and the only way we follow up is it's not necessarily automated, but what we did, we created a status or a stage that if we change it from pending or waiting on device, because that's the status it gets placed in when a ticket is created on our website from a mail-in customer, it goes into waiting on device. And then I created a waiting on device second attempt, and when I place that into that status, it automatically triggers an email and a text message that gets sent to the customer. Of course, it's not automated fully because we still have to manually change the status, but once I do that, it sends the notification to the customer reminding them that we've yet to receive the device. And we only do 3 attempts. After the second attempt, if they do not reply, we do one more, which is a third reminder to send it. And after the third one, we give it another 5 to 10 days. After that, we just cancel out the ticket. With Repair Shopper, that was automated, where it was scheduled every 15 days. It would send that reminder. And after the third, it would automatically cancel out that ticket. So Repair Shopper had that functionality. Repair Desk doesn't. But everything else in Repair Desk it's awesome, except for the inventory side. I know I spoke too much right now, but that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now with Northridge Fix. Is one of those things where I'm a bit disappointed. I am disappointed because February 26th, we're now in July 10th. I don't think I've taken, this is the longest, because this is a customer's laptop. This is the longest that I've had a device. Yes, we're about to leave and we're going to go eat, okay? Okay? Okay, Isaiah? Okay. So this is the longest I've had a repair that's been out, that we've yet to be able to provide any sort of update to a customer. Because I can't provide an update besides telling them, hey, look, we sent it off, but we haven't heard from the shop we sent it to. When I spoke to the customer about the shop, I told them that they were a reputable business and that I would recommend them, but now, unfortunately, because of this situation, I am literally second guessing that ever sending anything to them. I would prefer sending it to someone smaller that doesn't get thousands of repairs, according to him, because waiting this long, I can't justify waiting this long on a repair. I completely understand maybe, I don't know, 30 days, 60 days, 2 months. But this long from February 26th, and we're already in July, I can't justify the time, unfortunately. So, and this is, of course, just a decision not to throw him under the bus. Again, I don't like talking negatively about a business. I'm only doing it because I guess I'm upset. I will say that I am very upset with the number of ways I've tried to get in contact with him. But them making the decision of not entering phones, I think that they need to revert that. They need to revert that or outsource it. Get someone else, get someone else, or at least open up the voicemails so we can leave the voicemails. And whenever you get in the morning, just start listening to the voicemails, whatever the case may be. Some way that customers can actually get a hold of them. And I mean actual customers, not fan base people from YouTube asking for help on how to do something. Ignore those calls. If you get something like that, just ignore it and go to the next one. When a customer calls for an update on on a device or something, reply to those customers, because those customers are actually doing business with you, and that reflects upon you. But nevertheless, that's enough of my rant, y'all. That's gonna be the last time I'm gonna talk about this. I won't talk about this again. Maybe once I get some sort of an update, I'll put up an update on my YouTube. Otherwise, I honestly don't want to talk about this anymore. I just want to move on from it. If they don't plan on working on this device, they can send it back. I will do my best to try to fix it myself instead. I'm in the right mindset now, and I feel like I could get it done. My little boy's getting better, so I felt a lot better, which is why I've been going live again, because I feel like I can actually think properly. We may be still going through things, but I feel better now than I did back in February, which is why I sent it to these guys. And throughout the entire time of me watching them on YouTube and learning from them, because I will say this, I did learn from him. I get disappointed sometimes. I'm actually disappointed. Not sometimes. I am disappointed. Alrighty. Thanks, everyone. Peace. Y'all stay blessed. And we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be going live. Tomorrow, Saturday. So I'll be going live at potentially 8:30ish in the morning. That's the time I'll be here to try to get ahead. I will continue working on this one to try to figure out what's going on with it. So if you guys want to join me, I'm live tomorrow. You are more than welcome to do so. And yeah, we'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Thanks for streaming. Of course, man. Thank you for watching, honestly, giving me some hours, because I need to reach my 4,000 hours on YouTube so that I can get monetized. I'm not monetized yet, and that's because that's my fault. It's no one else's fault but mine. I don't stream as often as I would want to, but I appreciate you joining the live, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Again, thanks everyone.